and welcome to Make It Happen Wednesdays with the Organized Author. I'm Lucinda, and today I'm going to do that DIY video that I've promised you guys. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is this backpack that I painted and decorated to hold my planning stuff for on the go. Alright, so this was just a plain canvas bag, and I think it was really inexpensive. I bought it years ago and just never really used it from Hobby Lobby, and I believe it was like $7.99. It's a really big bag. Trying to see if I can really help you see just how big it is, but it was just plain canvas, like the whole thing was this color, just canvas, plain. And then I'll show you the supplies that I used to make these stripes in just a second. But these are the colors for my business: the blue, the green, and the white. And before, when I didn't use it, I had put the MBMP, which stands for Made by Me Publications, my publishing company, on there, and I'm going to embroider over that, and I'll tell you about that at the end. But and so I just painted over this, and I painted the whole thing. I painted the bottom and the front. Sorry, I was a little close. The front and the back and part of this, so I still have like the straps that go on the back for the backpack. So this is actually, you know, a backpack bag, so you can wear it on both shoulders, and you can also hold it by the hand there, and you can hook it on things. And it's really, really strong. When I first used it years ago, I was pulling too much on one side, so my mom stitched it on here on her sewing machine really well there. So I make sure that I don't just hold it onto one side, but when I wear it on my back, I have on both sides, or I hold it on my hand right here. And so I'll show you the supplies that I used. Oh, before I do that, let me just show you, you know, how much stuff is in here. So there's a lot. So if you guys can see inside, it's kind of dark. All right, you can see there. So I've got my other bag that I used to carry in previous videos that I showed you guys from Target. I'll just take all this stuff out so you can really see how much is in there. So this Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook, which I sell on Etsy, and I'll have the link below, is in there. Alright, and then this ruler is in there, and this Lucindadori Traveler's Notebook that I sell on Etsy is also there, or I sell these on there. And got more stuff. Come on out the bag. This, my new pencil case, my new pen case and marker case, which I love. I got it from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember, I got 40% off. I got it for $7 or $6 and something. So I've got dual tip markers in there, and all of my, or most of my Pilot G2 pens, which I love, all in this case. And there are, let's see how many sections. There's actually a section I haven't even used yet, so these two sides I haven't used yet. And then these are all the dual tip markers and the pens. Alright, and then what else is in here? I've got the case that I put all my color pencils in, and I've got this Lucindadori, Moleskine that I've just started using. I'll show that to you. That video is still coming up. And then one more thing, I think. I've got this, which I used to carry everything in, but that new pen case took up too much room. It wouldn't fit, so I had to get another bag. So that's how I wound up using this bag, and I was like, it's not cute, I gotta make it cute. Alright, let me show you the supplies. So of course you gotta have something to put your paint in, and I've showed you guys this before a long time ago. I just use an old egg carton. My husband, my daughter, they eat eggs, and so I use that to put my paints in. And then of course a bunch of pens. Not pens, paintbrushes. So those are the paintbrushes. And then to make the stripes, I did my stripes at 2 1/4 inches for each stripe, and I just used this yardstick. See how long that is? It's a yardstick. And I used a yardstick because the ruler wasn't quite long enough, so I wouldn't have to, you know, edge down to get another line on there, I could just put this yardstick on there and draw a line from the top to the bottom. So there's that. And then the paints that I used were from Walmart, and these are Apple Barrel was the brand, and it's matte acrylic paint. I could have used, you know, probably the glossy too, but I didn't. So I used spring green and white, and this one is Caribbean or Caribbean. All right. And then the only other thing I had, of course, I laid down some canvas tarp. Sorry, some canvas tarp for the paint, and I just put that on my desk or the coffee table or outside wherever I was painting. And then just a cup with water in it for my paint brushes. And that's how I did it. And I apologize I can't show you like an actual tutorial where you're watching me do that, because by the time I thought about it, I was halfway finished. All right. Okay, so on to the next DIY. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to make a pocket for the back of your bullet journal if you don't have one already. All right, so I'll show you how to kind of make the plan for that. I'm going to make one with you for the back of this insert for my traveler's notebook for bullet journaling. And all you need to do is first measure the length. So you're going to take a ruler and you're going to measure the length of the inside of your insert or your bullet journal. You want to measure from this point where it kind of folds, or right before it starts to fold, so like right in there, because you've got that curve there, to about this point on the same end where it starts to fold, and then until about where you want your pocket to stop here, so that you'll have room to stick things inside of there. Okay, and so I measured mine, and here we have, this is so you want to measure the length of that I just showed you, and then you want to add about 1.25 inches to each end. And so I did that. So that was this full length. I just drew that all out, the full length of the inside of the page right here, from those 2 points where it fold or where it starts to curve, and then I added 1.25 inches on both ends. Then, and I wrote on here, you want to draw that line from the 1.5 inches, measure that so that you know that's the end that's going to fold, and that's the end that's going to fold. So I put up here, fold this line in, see if you can see that. Let me focus a little bit better. Fold this line in, pointed side up, so it'd be like that. And then fold the middle of where you had that 1.25 inches, fold this section in the middle, pointed side down. So that was folded that way. And then what I did after that was folded that way, I just took this when it was flat and I folded it in like that. Okay? And so then that gives me this. All right? And that's what the pocket is going to be. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take this and we're going to tape it from that point line on both ends. And I'll show you that next. Now I went ahead and glued mine, and you can, I'm not glued, taped. You can use glue though if you prefer that. And so, but make sure you use really good strong glue. And I just always use masking tape first because I want to make sure that it just stays really well. And so I just put masking tape. Now when you get the tape here at the bottom, you know, you kind of have to snick it or snug it in there a little bit at the end. But you just tape that, and then I tape some new washi tape that I got that really kind of matched with the theme pretty well because it's like gold and black. So I just took the tape and folded it over the edges, so half of the tape strip was on this side and half was on the other side, and then I put the washi tape over that, and there's the pocket. And then I just did it a separate strip on top of that, so there was half of a layer, you know how I folded the tape over, and then I just put another strip on top of it all around to make sure it held really well. But I put it all on top of masking tape. So I had masking tape first, and then I put the washi tape on top of that. And then I just did the same thing on the other side here. You can see the masking tape there. And then there's the pocket. And I think it looks really, really pretty. Alright, well now on to the next DIY. Okay, next everyone, I'm going to show you how I made this treasure box. That's what I call it, and I'll put the link below. Also a card across the screen for the video where I explain that I use this to put in things for rewards for whenever I reach milestones toward my goals. Alright, so let me show you all the supplies. Okay everyone, here's everything that you need for this DIY. So you'll need one, I'm going to give you the measurements. You'll need one piece of fabric that is measured at 7 10/16 inches by 15.5 inches. So that's 7 10/16 by 15.5, and I'll put the conversion for metrics in the comments below. Then you'll need another piece that is 7 12/16 inches by 19 inches. And then you'll need two pieces that are 3.5 inches by 7.5 inches. And then you'll need 10 pieces that are 3 13/16 inches by 1 11/16 inches. All right, and you'll also need some duct tape or glue. I use duct tape for mine. Oh, you will need glue. I forgot to pull it out here, but you'll need some Mod Podge glue. You'll need some duct tape. You'll need some scissors. You'll need a ruler, and you'll need a craft knife. All right. Okay, first thing you're going to do is take one of the cartons, one of the milk cartons, and these are half-gallon size or 64 flow ounces, and you're going to take that and convert it into this. So what I did was I took my craft knife and I cut this off, and it's easy to do pretty much because you've got a groove in there, and you just cut around that and cut this top part off, and that takes care of this section right here. And then you're going to so you'll wind up with this piece gone, and then you're just going to cut from here. Well, that'll already cut off. You're going to cut from here and cut there, all right, so that you have a lid. So that's where we come to this. So we cut the top part off, and then we just cut from here to here so that we have a lid. Now we're missing a piece right here, right? So that's where your other carton comes in. And so you're going to take the other carton and you're going to measure. This was about, let me measure that again. I don't think I did. Let's see. That was about 1 3/4 inches. So you're going to take that and just measure 1 3/4 inches and cut that all around the box. All right. Now you're going to need to cut one end of that off. And don't worry about it being perfect. You can just even it out as you go. So you're going to take that, and what we're going to do next, sorry, that's in wrong. You're going to insert it. What am I doing wrong? Here we go. You're going to insert it in here so that you have the other end of your box. And then we're just going to duct tape that. So I'm not going to have you watch me do that. I'll do the duct taping and I'll come right back. Okay, well I got it all taped up. See, with the duct tape, it doesn't have to be pretty or anything because no one's going to see this part. Then you want to start Mod Podging or gluing, fabric gluing. I use Mod Podge because it's really strong, all the fabric around, but you want to do it in a specific order so that everything will turn out right. So the first one you want to do is that first piece that I named, which is the 7 10/16 by the 15.5 inches, and that one you're going to Mod Podge inside here. Okay, so that's the first piece. And then after you do that piece, you're going to do the piece that is the 7 12/16 by 19 inches, and that piece is going to overlap this. So it's going to overlap that a little bit, and it's going to be Mod Podged all the way over this way and overlap. All right, so you're going to glue the inside. It'll all be flat. Glue the inside one, and then you'll glue the outside one. All right, and then put these in order for me to glue. And then you're going to do the piece that is 3.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and those pieces will overlap on this side. Okay, So there and there. Okay, and then the final pieces, when you've got all that fabric around, are going to go around the corners, every corner, except this one because you've already overlapped it. So you'll have one here, and that's why you have 10. So they'll go around here. So there's 1, 2, there'll be one here, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you'll need 7, 8, and I think we don't need 10, so we'll see when I get finished. All right, I'm gonna go glue everything and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, it's all finished. It's a little wet right now because I am running out of natural light to finish this video today because it's Wednesday and I need to finish it for Make It Happen Wednesdays. All right, so I want to share with you a couple of things that I learned. When I used the other fabric, it was completely dark. You know, it had white on there, but it was 90% dark, and so nothing, you couldn't see through any of it. I didn't think about that on this, so see where the parts are white? You can see it a little bit through, so I'll probably put something to cover that. Also, I used pen last time when I drew out the fabric to cut, you know, the lines to cut the fabric, and I can see it a little bit in a couple of places for sure inside there. Of course, I don't care about the inside, but so make sure you use pencil and not pen. And for the sake of time for finishing this video, I didn't go through the process of putting the little tie on there, but I will tell you how I did that. So I'll put this one over here, and that's still drying. All right, also, if you use just regular school glue, like Elmer's glue, only I bought the Dollar Tree glue because it is really, really cheap. I don't know if Elmer's is thicker, but the school glue is really thin and it works just like Mod Podge. So I just refill my Mod Podge bottle with Dollar Tree school glue, the clear glue in the squeeze bottle, and it works perfectly. It works the same. All right, so all I did to make this is I took this, I used a tool that I used to make my LucindadoriPlanners, and it's just a thing that it has a sharp point on it that you use to for brads, using brads, but you can use anything that you can puncture a hole in with that. So puncture a hole there, and then I just punctured a hole here and here, made sure it was even, and then this was just some leftover ribbon I had, and to kind of make it like a shoestring at the end, I just put tape around there. If you can see that, let me see if I can zoom or focus a little in there. Okay, this was just tape around the ends, and then I just, you know, strung it through there and tied it. All right, well, that was it. And so I like them both. I think I'm going to give this one to my friend because it's, you know, it's not, you can't see anything through it, and it's all finished, and I think she'll love it. And then I'll keep this one on my desk because it has my business colors, and like I said, I just use it to put all of my little rewards for whenever I reach milestones toward my goals. Well, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If so, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and until next time, happy writing.